Hey guys, it's Kimberly, and I'm back again to talk about my twin flame journey and hopefully yours too. And I wanted to talk quickly about sadness. And are you experiencing it right now? Are you going through that, like being in a better place, being in a healing space perhaps, but still having like that, that sadness that comes and goes about the relationship separation or, all the 3D stuff that's happening. I've talked in my other segments about, how you can get into the sort of 5D realm and really communicate with your twin, even if you're not speaking in the plane of reality. And that's definitely what I've been doing. So what I wanted to point you to is I came across a twin flame couple who are great mentors, teachers, counselors. They're on their purpose, they're on their mission. They have gone through a union, a separation, a reunion, and now they're, happily together and creating a magnificent life together. So their names are JB and Starseed, and you can find them on YouTube. Watch their segments because they journal their whole story, and just being able to hear those things from people who have gone through it and come out on the other side, they have a lot of wisdom. So especially the divine feminine in that pairing, because she sort of awakened and became aware of the connection first, and really, although the two were in both in marriage or other relationships, when they met, it was him, the divine masculine, who really had to come around to it. And what she advises and what I've really been doing, and it helps, is to just do your healing work and hold the space for that person. And so what does hold the space mean? To me, it means you're holding the vision, you're holding the love, you're sending the love out to them. For me, I did my last video I said I was cutting the communication, and I have, and it's a great decision. I went with my intuition. It seems like the right decision that's the most healthy for both myself and him. And since that time, like, I am sad because when I picture him in physical form or like hear his voice in my head, he becomes so real, and I'm not used to that. Like, I'm used to being pulled back and in like a soul connection space with him, which is such a great place to be because things are happy. I can see the future. I can feel like all the good vibes. And I really pushed myself out of like this 3D doubting things, back and forth, worrying about this other relationship that he's in, and just let all that go. But I certainly still have moments of sadness. So anyhow, when I was watching JB and Starseed on their YouTube telling their journey, from both sides, from the divine masculine, divine feminine, both sides told their story, and then how they came together and all the synchronicities, and it's just really amazing. But in listening to all of that, this inspiration came in, and the inspiration for me was like, tonight, instead of just doing, this was last night, instead of just doing your normal, like, go into your safe space, meditation, whatever, imagine my twin, this person that I love, and send him light and love, whatever, I do different things all the time, whether it's just like thinking about him or sending him thoughts, whether it's consciously or subconsciously or like not even being aware of it. Like, I will be doing it throughout the day. But last night, after watching these YouTube videos of this twin flame journey, it was so inspiring to me that, like, it truly inspired me to, the inspiration that came in was to, when I closed my eyes last night, to imagine me and my twin at that point telling our story. And, you know, there was so much love that I saw in those videos. And when I went into that space and actually visualized that and heard like the humor that was coming through and how we would tell it and how my side was and how his side was and all the crazy synchronicities. But then there was like that piece that hasn't happened yet. So, you know, that's the piece that you can create. And truly what Starseed says in the videos is that you do excuse me, I can't talk today. You accelerate the process by certainly by holding this space, certainly by being in the 5D dimension, and certainly by doing your stuff. So I'll speak to my situation. You know, in that twin flame connection, in that video between JB and Starseed, you know, she was saying, I wasn't ready for him. She's like, I thought I was, you know, because I was the more awakened one and I met him and I just knew like he was my twin flame. But she knew she had like insecurity issues and wasn't, you know, it wasn't ready to have like that level of intimacy that she wanted to give a relationship. And so for me, it was much the same. When I met my twin, I was actually, it was crazy. I was in the midst of a move. We had locked eyes a while prior to this, but by the time it finally came to like physical meeting and, you know, going on dates or whatever, I was in the midst of a move. I was changing my residency after like moving back from out of state. I was, you know, it was tax season. I was doing taxes. I was dealing with business stuff. I was dealing with an operation that my kitten had. It was just like, you know, like all of life stuff at once. And I was like really stressed. And prior to that, I hadn't had a relationship for 8 months and had been really wounded by the last guy, the last experience. And thought that I had processed that like all on my own in isolation, but really hadn't. So there comes along my magnificent twin and held up all the mirrors for me. So what I was doing for those 8 months prior to him walking into my life is just allowing myself to not be in my power, be isolated, you know. Really, I don't think I healed the insecurities that, you know, are the residuals from that last relationship and sort of being cheated on or whatever. And, you know, I got past the relationship, but I didn't connect with anyone for 8 months. That's a long time to not have like even some sort of a connection, no dates, no nothing. So of course, when you meet someone after all that time that you really connect with, like this isn't just, oh, I had a date and it was okay. There were just like, you know, all these cosmic forces from all of eternity were, you know, just surging into us, all that energy and that light, and just it was like blinding to me. And it was also mirrors. The mirrors were like, oh, I didn't want to see myself entirely. So now it's so funny the way it played out, because I actually, whether it's because of the situation or in light of the situation, have become more in my power than I ever have. All of that life stuff has all been dealt with and all worked out really well, you know, with positive thinking and good energy flow. And then, you know, I feel like the one thing that's like missing is him. So, but there's still that fine tuning that I know I need to do. And that's my job to do that now, to get ready for him and any other soulmate that may come in. You know, I don't know how the timeline will go, and you have to just surrender that. Although I can't think of moving on right now, and I've said that before, but you know, you just never know. So in the meantime, like professionally, things are going fantastic. Life is in order. Things are going well, and it's because I've stepped back into my power. And I did have a divine love reading with healertararose. If you don't subscribe to her YouTube channel, I highly recommend it. If you're going through the twin flame separation or twin flame union, or just are curious to learn more about these divine partnerships, check her out. She does weekly and monthly readings that are so spot on. She is a gentle soul, but she has a keen ability to connect what's going on in the collective right through to the cards and the images, and it's specific, but it's like still you can sort of customize it to what you're going through. It just seems to all fit, and she's incredible. And so I spoke with her last night and had a great reading, an individual reading on the phone, and you know, it was very much that what she saw, which was me coming into that sort of like, you know, queen space, the power, you know, like the, you know, everything I'm touching turning to gold, that type of thing. And, you know, and that's the place that you want to be in, because that's where you get right with yourself. And so the healing that still needs to be done with me, I'm aware of, and I'm working on that. And it's, you know, and she reminded me, don't make that drudgery. Don't make that like, oh, I have to fix myself. And that's so true. You know, you just have to make it like kind of fun, and it has been fun. So, but it's interesting because he is like in that space of really wanting to step up to be, you know, the king or the knight, but he's sort of just, you know, just like kind of stuck, you know, with like wanting that intentions going out to me and out towards that, forming that more beautiful, mature life, but he's stuck in some stuff, you know, and that stuff is it's conflict, drama, inner conflict, outer turmoil, like just stuff, and probably what he's getting mirrored to him through his soulmate relationship that he's in right now with this woman that he's with. So she did reaffirm, however, that the separation for us, like the true communication break, is really the best decision and is so healthy. And it just validated that for me, because in my last video, I knew that. I knew it intuitively. And if all you need is validation sometimes to just trust your intuition, it's great to have those readings, especially from someone who is really just focused on the twin flame experience, or, you know, talking to others who have gone through this journey. So tonight I'm going to a past life regression workshop. I'm really excited about it. And I've already pieced together a lot of information and stuff that I've actually done through doing regressions on my own, through like just audio guidance. And so tonight I'll go in person and do this. And so my next segment, I'm going to talk about those discoveries and how they can really shed light on possibly, you know, what's happening in the dynamics of your twin flame relationship as well. So the message I'm leaving you with is, you know, if you're sad, just get into the healing, get into your power, and get happy, because that's the only way to accelerate this process and really to speed things up and to manifest what you want. It's not going to happen if you're not wanting to face yourself, not wanting to heal, you know, not excited about doing the spiritual work. And, you know, it certainly won't happen if, you know, you're just waiting on someone and like that control, you know, the latching onto your twin. You know, it's really that surrendering and, you know, being in your own space and just holding love for that person. So remember that, and I'll see you guys in the next segment. Thank you. Have a great, great day. Love to you all.